What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Get Rich or Grow Broke Shine. I'm your host, Eddie Kane. As usual, I'm joined with my co-host, DC. What's going on with you, brother?
What it do, baby? The Wimby. That's what it's all about right now. The motherfucking
It's the most
Wimby,
Wimbledon
baby.
time of the year, baby. I swear I've been singing that all weekend. It's the most Wimbledon time of the year.
That's why you got the button up on, motherfucker.
Because it's
That's why
Wimbledon,
you got the button
man.
up. Ah, this motherfucker.
You know how the English do, bro. All prim and proper.
I ain't mad at you, nigga. You should have groomed that beard first, then, motherfucker. Get on here looking like a Yeti.
I did brush it a little bit. I'll go ahead and put the hair back.
Brush it a little bit.
Yeah, I brushed it a little bit. But yeah, man, we got a super episode for y'all on this one. We're covering the whole tournament. We're not going to do every match, but we will preview every quarter, the major players in each quarter, who we realistically expect to win the quarter, and who we think as a long shot can win the quarter at the tournament. Before we go into that, I'll do a little quick preview of my picks. I don't know if DC wants to do his or not.
Shit, nigga, I don't even remember them motherfuckers, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I just remember you had your little 5-legger. I know you're a little 2-legger. If you would have played it the other way, it would have hit.
I don't even remember what I played, bro.
The 2-legger was
since then.
Thunder first half, and then...
Yeah, man, hey, like I said, we'll get into it when you touch down on your pick, because, like I said, we'll touch down on that later.
Yeah, all right. But yeah, so just quick recap on last episode. 3-1. We was really one game away from a 4-0 show. The only loss I had on the show was I picked Jack Draper to beat Lecheka 2-1 at plus 270. These motherfuckers went 5-5 into the third. Me and my boy KC had them, and this motherfucker Draper gives up a break, tied 5-5 into the third. And ends up losing the third set.
Motherfucker looking real center-like.
Man, it's...
Looking real center-like. Nigga pulled a center.
Bro, we gonna touch on him later on, too. But other than that, that was the only blemish on the show for your boy. We took Real Madrid in the first half at minus 150. They went up 2-0 in the first half. Even with getting a red card 7 minutes into the game, so they were down a man. 7 minutes into the game, and they still scored, I believe, 2 goals in the first half. So we cashed that at minus 150. And then we took Xinyu Wang at plus 152. I don't remember who she was playing. Might have been Bedosa. It might have been the match after Bedosa. But either way, we cashed her at plus 152. No, it was the woman she played after Bedosa, because I picked her because she beat Goff and Bedosa back-to-back. And then last but not least, as we've arrived at to the point, I took OKC minus 7.5 at minus 108, and I believe they won, what was it, 104.93 or 103.91?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. All I know is that they would have won that game. Allie ain't tear that ACL, bro.
That was a very terrible injury.
Real sketch.
I'm not gonna put too much into how the game was starting to play, just because basketball has always been a game of runs. Just because a team starts out hot, to start a game doesn't mean that that's how the game's going to go, especially with, the Pacers specifically. How many times were they down 20 points in the game, and they came back and won at the end? It was, but I hate that it happened, because I really feel like it denied us a very potentially epic Game 7 of the finals. One thing that we both say in the sports world, hey, we're going to take a win any way we can get it. So for 7.5 cash, 7.5 cash, I don't care how I cash, that motherfucker cashed. But seriously, prayers up for Halliburton. Hope he has a quick recovery. Serious blow to the Pacers for next year. Just hate to see an injury like that happen, especially with that being the second one of the playoffs. With Taysom blowing his out, and then Halliburton blowing his after that. It's just really, really unfortunate.
Fucked up every parlay.
Really leaves the Eastern Conference wide open next year.
Tatum tore his shit, fucked up my parlay. Hallie tore his shit, fucked up my Cholet. These motherfuckers need to get some high top sneakers and go back to them old school Converses. That's what the fuck they need to go do. Shit, Larry and them motherfuckers ain't tearing no goddamn ACLs with them motherfucking goddamn ankle boots they had on and shit. So.
Yeah, but they also wasn't playing the style that they playing now too. They ain't really had the high flyers and shit.
Them niggas ain't high flying shit. Them niggas are shooting threes, bro.
Fucking Euro step back crossover.
Shit, you ain't seen motherfucking nigga. That shit goddamn Magic was out there doing was incredible, bro. For that motherfucking size, dude. I seen the motherfucking ESPN classics, bro. That
But
motherfucker got that magic, get it in.
either way, we sitting at 46 and 35, 57%. We're gonna try to hit over 60% with these Wimbledon picks coming up. Before I get into the show picks, I want to just go ahead and cover the quarter winners and outright winners. Did you have anything for the quarter winners? What you got?
1 second. Hold on, pause it.
So before we get into the show picks, I got quarter projections for all the brackets in Wimbledon. I got outright winners, realistic and long shots for both. What do you have outright winner
I was
and
just
quarter
gonna look at what you
projection-wise?
had, and I was gonna fuck with you on your picks, man. Only thing I was able to get through was a nice little long shot parlay for the folks at home. Like $3 bring you home a milli.
All right, so we'll do that for the we'll save that part for the show picks.
Yeah,
All right, so quarter one, this one is about
we on men's or
as
women?
chalk as it gets. I took
Okay, then.
men's. We're gonna do men's first. I guess, well, we can do the women's first because I don't have as much for the women's. I did more detail for the men's. So for the women's, I took quarter one. My official pick, I really don't want to do this, but everything is pointing towards her. I'm taking Sabs at plus 110. It's hard not to pick the best player in the world to win her quarter when she's playing on arguably her best surface out of the three. And her bracket is not that hard, but women's tennis is more volatile than men's. There's a lot more upsets, and it's just with her track record. She's been to the finals in every major this year, and we're only asking her to get to the semifinals at plus 110. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. For my long shot, I'm taking Vondrousova at plus 650. Really good form right now. Grass is her best surface as well. Really, I see this as if Sabs ends up falling, whether due mentally or whoever, it just really opens up the door for Vondrousova to take over that quarter. Other odds for this quarter, you got Madison Keys at plus 340, Svitolina at plus 1200, Leylah Fernandez at plus 2400, and Paula Badosa at plus 2700. I can see Keys making a run, but grass isn't really her best surface, and the last time we took her on a grass surface on this show, she got blanked 0-2. So I'm just not. I think, especially if she ends up matching up against Sabs at some point in this quarter, I think Sabs is going to be out for blood after what Keys did to her in the Australian Open. I'm putting my money on Sabs. I actually put a little bit of money on her to win the tournament outright, but more is just like a little sprinkle. It wasn't my official outright winner pick, but I had a couple dollar bonus bets, so I put something on her to win the tournament. For quarter two, Jasmine Paolini is the leader of the group at plus 350. You got Amanda Anisimova at plus 450, Quinyan Zhang at plus 600, Linda Noskova at plus 850, Ons Jabeur at plus 1200, and Deanna Schneider at plus 1200. My official pick is I'm taking Anisimova at plus 450. The reason, y'all, if you listen to the show, you know Paolini is my girl. She's going to be my lean to come out the quarter, but I really feel like she's going to lose to Linda Noskova in the third round. Even though she was a semifinalist for Wimbledon last year, her form since she won the Rome Open has been kind of shaky, and I don't know. That's going to be a tough bracket. Even though a lot of those players are not really great grass players, I feel like that is probably the most open out of all four brackets.
Hold on 1 second. So easier for the Wimbledon? Because I'm on like the little app and I'm looking at the bracket. Yeah, I'm looking at the bracket and they talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm like they running 5 sets or some shit. I didn't think so, but that just caught me off guard. That's what I thought.
Nah, it's still over 2.5. Nah, because it's still at 2.5. No, but now that you mentioned that, there is supposed to be some sort of like cross tournament where it's like it's a cross doubles tournament where there's one man and one woman, like this co-ed doubles, and I think that one might be 5 sets. Because I know they were asking Coco about that in the press conference the other day. So yeah, official pick for that one, we're doing Amanda Anisimova at plus 450. My lean's gonna be Paolini at plus 350. Quarter three, Mira Andreeva is the leader at plus 310. She's the favorite at plus 310. Jessica Pegula at plus 350. Emma Navarro at plus 750. Alexandrova at plus 750. Krejcikova at plus 1200. And Alexandra Ela at plus 1400. I took Jessica Pegula as my official pick to come out of quarter three. She is in excellent form right now. She just won a grass tournament against Iga Swiatek yesterday to win her first grass title, first title of the season, first grass title, I believe, of her career. And her not bowing out of that tournament to prep for Wimbledon makes me believe that she's really motivated to make a statement in this tournament. And then I have as my lean, I took Andreeva at plus 310, just simply out of form. I don't trust Navarro really against top tier competition. Alexandrova, kind of the same. She's hit or miss. I don't even know who the fuck Krejcikova is. And Ila's very good. She's in great form right now, but she's still young. I don't think she's gotten, I think she still needs to get her feet wet before she can make a real run at a semifinal tournament. And then going into the last corner, what I believe on paper looks like the toughest quarter, but I really don't think so. I really think Iga's going to run off with this. Lena Rabbit, I always say her name wrong. Bakina is the favorite at plus 210. Her and Coco are actually the co-favorites at plus 210. Iga's at plus 270. Sanova's at plus 1200. Austin's at plus 2500. And those are really the main five. My official pick, I'm taking Iga Swiatek at plus 270. She's been in really good form last couple weeks after kind of having a shaky performance and a disappointing ending in the French Open. And I feel like she's going to make I think she's going to be proud to make a run. And they put her in the same bracket as Coco Gauff, which is who she lost to in the French Open semis. So this is like another Sabs and Keys factor. I think if they play again, Coco's been playing a lot of tennis lately. I see that smirk on your face.
I'm just looking at that quarter, man. That's gonna be a tough quarter to come up out of, man. Like one of my favorites.
That's what I'm saying. On paper, it looks like a really tough quarter. On paper, it looks like it's really loaded. Like, you know, I think if you're Coco, you're looking at that bracket, and you're like, God damn, I just won the French Open, and this is what y'all doing to me.
It's gonna be tough for all four of them.
You know,
I'm not gonna lie to you, but like, that particular quarter right there is gonna be tough.
Like, whoever is the mentally strongest is gonna be the one that comes out of that bracket. You're gonna need to show mental and physical fortitude to come out of that bracket, but I took Swiatek at plus 270 to come out the bracket, and that's really the only pick I have for that bracket. I didn't take a lean for that one. Now moving to the outrights for women's Wimbledon. I took Bagula at plus 1700. I really think I ain't gonna say my official pick. Yeah. It's my official pick. I'm not counting it towards like show record and stuff, but this is my official pick for who I think is gonna win the tournament. Like I said, she's in really, really good form right now, highly motivated. I really feel like, especially with the way the year is shaped out with American women, like this can potentially be the year that American women really like run tennis with. Keys winning the Australian Open, Gauff winning the French Open. You got two American women that have won two major titles this year. You got two major titles to go, and I really feel like, especially if Sabalenka slips up and falls somewhere, Pegula can really make some fucking chaos, some noise. And at plus 1700, it was plus 3000 yesterday. I'm kind of mad that I didn't put something on it then. It dropped down to plus 1700 after she won the tournament, after she won the title against Iga yesterday. But yeah, so I'm rolling with her at plus 1700. And then I sprinkled a little bit on Sabalenka at plus I think I got it at plus 275, but it's at 260 right now. Just for the simple fact that she is the best tennis player in the world. And when she is not beating herself up mentally, nobody can touch her. She has the power, she has the precision, and she has the poise that just a lot of women do not have.
The way she showed her motherfucking pussy on at the fucking at the French, and she's poised. Fuck out of here. Nah,
did you
bro,
not just listen?
That's deep.
Did you not just listen to what I said?
It doesn't make a difference, bro. You can't even put that in the sentence with her name on it just because she showed her ass at the fucking French. Like, what? That's the only moment.
She had a moment. She had a moment. A moment. That's the only moment.
But man, she was throwing shade in her speech at the tourney. What you talking about? That's a poor sport.
After she lost.
What kind of poise is that? The fuck she was asked.
I'm talking
she
about
wasn't
during
poised through the match. She was throwing a fucking tennis racket around. Like a fucking
And like I said, when she is not beating herself up.
She didn't have to beat herself up. Coco did enough of that ass with before. So she really didn't have to beat herself up. Coco was playing in the same conditions, bro.
I'm saying you can tell when she starts getting in her own head.
Was in her own
it's
head.
Like with Medvedev, Tiafoe, Rublev, you know.
You can't give her
You're
that
right.
word.
Poise might have been a bad word. But when she is mentally focused, When she is mentally focused, I don't think anybody on the planet can beat her.
Igga coming, bro. Igga was just literally the best tennis player last year. Nobody was fucking with Igga last year. Nobody. And I don't know what the hell happened.
What you mean? Sabs won Australian Open last year.
Who?
Sabs won the last 2 Australian Opens before this year.
She won. All I'm saying is she won the number 1 tennis player.
She was the 2-time defending champ before the season.
The beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, she wasn't.
Yeah, and you what? Didn't Swiatek?
Hey, so did Sinner.
Get hit with like some
guess
doping
she trying to fly
too?
straight now. We don't know what Sabs is doing. All I'm saying,
you know how I feel about Sinner too. So
a random piss test on Sabs. I wouldn't be surprised if they come back with a neggy, man.
I do think Iga at plus 800 is a good flyer to play. With all that being said, I didn't personally bet it.
Oh yeah, that's who I got.
But I wouldn't be mad if you did.
Iga. I think she bounces back this tourney. That's all I really got. I just think she bounces back this tourney. I think she tries to get her face back, sliding into the top 10 at this point. Like she was top 5 for the longest. Yeah, that shit surprised the fuck out of me.
I think she's number 8 right now, which I think is gonna help her in this tournament because she's gonna have a little bit of an easier road. Yeah, no, I don't discount that at all.
I didn't have the time. I didn't have the chance to sit down and actually take that deep dive like you did. I mean, I really can't say nothing outside of you saying poised and sobs in the same sentence, bro. It just kind of set me over the top. My bad. The way she showed her ass at that French, bro, I just can't fuck with her,
you
man.
good? I mean, I get what you're saying. No, 100%. Like, I'm not trying to discredit what you're saying. Like, I 100% get it.
The first time.
But I'm not gonna take one moment in a major finals. But the only times that this happened is during major finals.
The best tennis player in the world. What you choking up for? Sinner ain't got them roids.
I can ask Sinner the same question.
We all know what Sinner's problem is. He don't have them roids no more. Hey, baby, everybody gold when they got them roids.
Hey, you seen he fired his he fired his coach and his
found a way to hide them roids
right before Wimbledon. That wasn't the same. No, he separate. This is a different management. This was a different coach and everything. He fired. He got rid of that team after the incident.
Center, man. I was never big on Center completely anyways, different, man. That him and Carlos for me is not. It's not. It's just. I just never.
He's too frail for me, bro.
No, bro, he just never did it for me, bro. It's just like I just didn't see him as the world's #1 tennis player. Like he was the end all to be all. He just Los has the personality for it. Like he can buy the whole market when it comes down to it. But it is what it is. We're gonna see how this shit play out. Before we even jump into it, I go ahead and throw that out too, man. I got Center winning it all right. Me and Wonka, we both said that shit right after that five. Anyways, yeah, after that little Patriots comeback he had coming on, Los had come up on Center, man. I think Center takes it outright, man. I got Center winning the Wimby. What you got? What's your deep dive for the men's side, man?
Outright, I'm going with the 2-time defending champ, Carlos Alcaraz.
Is it because he won the French? Is it because he won the French?
I just said he's the 2-time defending champ. No, it's because he's the 2-time defending champ. No. I picked him to win the U.S. Open last year before he won the French. He beat Sinner in the semis 2-1, and I picked him to beat, I believe it was Djokovic.
The Joker knee ain't good, man. His knee ain't no good.
I can't remember who he played in the U.S. Open. Bro. Yeah, that's why. Well, we're going to get to that in the quarter breakdown. But for my official, I'm taking Carlos at plus 120. He's just overall on all 3 surfaces best player in tennis right now. I will say he has played a lot of tennis this year, and until outside of the final last year, he really struggled with all of his opponents leading up to the final at Wimbledon. He should have lost to Tiafoe. Tiafoe had him on the ropes last year. I want to say in the quarterfinals, might have been around the 32. Tiafoe had him on the ropes. Tiafoe had him on the ropes. He had a couple match points and blew it last year. Carlos, as good as he is, Carlos often puts himself in a lot of situations where he has to go into God mode to win the match. And at some point, that is going to come back to bite him in the ass. I don't know when. It might be this tournament. It might be in the U.S. Open. But he often relies on going into God mode after playing with his food. Now, to his credit, it's worked out so far. But at some point, I do believe that's going to catch up to him. You are not going to believe who my long shot is to win this. Hell no.
Eubanks.
But it's somebody like him.
I thought you was on some wild shit for a second. You said, that's the wildest guess I could think of, bro. This motherfucker can't. I don't think he can keep his head on straight enough long enough, bro.
Plus 4,800.
See it. Hell no.
So, I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be real with you. The only reason I picked him is because at the time when I first seen it, it was plus 6,000, but I couldn't get to it in time. So I got it at plus 4,800. His odds to win his bracket are plus 375. So if I take him to win outright at plus 4,800 and he makes it to the semifinals, my cash out will be bigger than what my payout would be if I took it at plus 370. If I took it at plus what, 370, 320, you know. So I'm really just playing it for the cash out because
you got to take it into account. They might not even offer your ass one.
That's true. I think if he gets to the semis, they'll offer me something, you know. But even then, if he makes it to the semis, the only person he'd have to play Alcaraz.
That's why I'm like, do you think they would even offer you one?
What do you think? Realistically, what do you think the odds on that one would be? I'd probably say Alcaraz would be what, a minus 500.
I'm gonna be real, bro. I don't know, man, because these motherfuckers got Tiafoe on this motherfucker at minus 2,500, and that motherfucker shouldn't be in the first round. There's no way in hell he should ever be minus 2,500 any goddamn wearing the fucking on any card. So I really don't know, bro. How they doing these odds is crazy.
Only reason I think they did that is because it's the round of 128. Like, I think if this was a 64-man tournament, I don't think it would be that high. He has to be playing a qualifier. That's the only thing I can think of. But really, if you look at Medvedev's bracket, which we'll get into later, the only 2 to 3 players in his bracket that like realistically can beat him when he's on point.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. That motherfucker
in terrible fucking form right now.
Pristine form. That motherfucker, he just scraped the motherfucking Eastbourne, like scraped that shit. Motherfucker averaging almost 18 fucking aces a match.
Yeah,
that motherfucker's in hella fried form, and every match I watched him, it didn't even look like that motherfucker broke a sweat. Like, that shit was crazy.
So yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there in a few minutes, but that's the only reason I played the long shot was for the cash out. Like I said, I tried to get it at plus 6,000, but by the time I was able to get to the border and actually play something on it, it had dropped down to plus 4,800. It was just the value of it didn't make sense to me. How are you plus 320 to win your bracket, but then you're plus 6,000 to outright win it?
Let me say, I apologize to the viewers
it just
for all the yawning, man. Trey, I appreciate you again for coming through with another banger. It's hard for me to keep my eyes up right now, folks. So please excuse me again, and I apologize. And apologize for all the yawning. I mean, you never know. You never know. You never fucking know, bro. He might be in the box.
I can promise you he does not.
We don't know, bro. I don't see it, bro. He's literally lost his last 3. I mean, homie, he playing ain't in better form either, but this nigga ain't in the best fucking shape, bro. So I don't know. At minus 2,500, his opponent, Elmer Moeller, is plus 1,200. That motherfucker to win a set gotta be hella money. Let me see what that nigga is to win a set. It's gotta be plus money for that motherfucker to win a set.
Only thing with Tiafoe, I will give Tiafoe credit. He shows up for Grand Slam tournaments. I don't know why he only shows up for Grand Slam tournaments, but he does. Any other tournament, he's liable to lose first round, but he always seems to find a way to make it to the round of 32 or the quarterfinals in Grand Slams. I believe it was the quarterfinal. I believe it was round of 32 when he lost to Alcaraz last year. He made a deep run in the U.S. Open last year. Can't remember what he did for the French Open last year, but he kind of did decent in the French Open this year. I think he made a round of 32 in the French Open this year.
Bro, we're gonna have to vet that. We're gonna have to vet that, though. We're gonna have to vet that.
Bro, you looking at me crazy?
Yeah, man, Muller to win just one motherfucking set is plus 122, bro. I don't see Tiafoe going 3-0. You sure?
He made it to the quarterfinals in the damn French Open.
You positive?
I'm looking at it on SofaScore right now. Right, quarterfinal, Roland Garros, quarterfinals, Hamburg, round of 16, Madrid, round of 16.
Super duper positive.
Australian Open, round of 64.
You sure?
U.S. Open, he made it to the semifinals last year. Wimbledon, round of 32 last year.
So you gonna
he shows up for
he
shows up for the big tournaments, bro.
You gonna take him 3-0? He's right there. You gonna take him 3-0? That's all I'm asking. You gonna take him 3-0? Right. Oh, you taking him?
What's the minus 1.5 on the set?
Motherfucker done lost his last 3. Let me check.
I'm asking what's the minus 1.5 on the set. All right, well, why you looking at that? I'm
minus 2.5. They ain't even offering.
So like we said, quarter one.
It's minus 144. It's minus
I know
144 from
BetMGM offers all of them. So that would be 3-0, minus 144.
Like I said.
That's kind of a little too high for me. If it was like minus 120, minus 115, I'll play something on it. Now, if you want, like, if somebody wanted to parlay that with Sinner winning his bracket, or Sinner winning his quarter, that would be a nice little parlay piece.
Yeah, I'm trying to get these people paid tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, he'd have to wait on it, but
tomorrow, man. We need the future. And we need the future shit for you, bro.
That's what we got the show picks for.
I'm trying to hit a milli today. We going for a milli.
But yeah, so for quarter one, only thing I did was I took center minus 320, and I actually parlayed that with Alcaraz to win his bracket as well. I believe it took me at like minus 117. I didn't really see anything else, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if center didn't drop a set till he got to the semis. Ben Shelton is second at plus 1100. Tommy Paul plus 1100. Musetti's at plus 2100. I think he's going to lose in the first round. Humbert, he's in pretty decent form at plus 2900. He's finally recovered from his shoulder injury, but he ain't going to make no noise. I would be extremely shocked if Sinner dropped the set.
I got Sinner on the outright.
On the way to
my
the
sleeper
semis.
is definitely going to be Fritz, dude.
I have Shelton at plus 1100 to win quarter one, only if Sinner gets hurt.
I don't know,
That's
man.
the only reason I haven't played that.
He ain't smelling Coco's ass no more.
It's just not Sinner.
And
but he's been terrible on grass. He's been terrible on grass this year. But he's another one like Tiafoe though. He tends to show up in Grand Slam finals. Like I believe he made the semis in the Australian Open this year. He lost to fucking
Dennis Rodman's
center.
Daughter and shit, bro. Like he really ain't got his head on straight. I don't know where his head is at. Really don't give a fuck.
Well, he's not. He hasn't found form on grass yet either, which is kind of weird because he's a great server, and that tends to usually do well on grass. Yeah, that usually tends to correlate to doing well on grass, but it hasn't been there. Which I ain't even gonna say that because he made the Munich final after.
Did he win it?
Coco and Trinity was there for that tournament. He lost to Zverev in the final. All right, so moving on to quarter two. This is the one where I think you could find some decent value at. Joker's the favorite at minus 130. Jack Draper falls in at plus 340. After that, Bublik's next at plus 500. Emmenauer's at plus 750. I believe that moved. Yeah, that moved because I had it at fucking plus 500 and that shit dropped to 750. I'm mad now. Mensic's at plus 1800 and Giron's at plus 6500. This is going to be a loaded bracket. Bublik at plus 500, I think is fucking hysterical.
I don't like that dude, so I can actually see it.
That's why I'm saying it's hysterical. I think he's being over. I think his price is being overrated because of his recent win at Halle's, because of his title run at Halle's. Pulled out of the tournament after Halle's. I can't remember. I think it was East London. Pulled out of that tournament first round against Komasama. First round. Rumor is he was too drunk after his Halle's tournament win. I ain't mad at it either, but at the same time, I ain't backing you for fucking Wimbledon. And then another thing is, for him, he's going to have to beat Draper and then Joker back-to-back to win the quarter. And I don't see that.
Be honest with you, bro. Joker might not even make it that far, man. He might be out first round with that fucking knee he got, man. Because that's just his MO at this point, bro. Either he's going to go deep or he's going to be out early because of that knee.
I don't think he'll be out early just because I think he's taking the proper rest for it.
Bro, when we fall, bro, I'm old now. When I fall, it ain't the same type of fall that when I was 20, bro. It's a different type of fall. So that knee has always been a problem. He's going to have to slide. He's going to have to run. He might even have to do a twist jump. We don't know. I don't think his knee is going to hold up, bro.
Which is why I'm not making him my official quarter winner pick.
Like, I mean, you have to take him into consideration when making that pick, but I don't see the motherfucker making it. He definitely has the capability.
Can he? Yes. Will he?
That's
I
the
don't
crazy
think so.
About it.
That's where I'm at. That's what I'm saying. Can he? Absolutely. But will he? I don't think so. My official pick for this quarter, I'm taking Demonauer at plus 750. I know Draper's going to get, I know a lot of money's put on Draper just because this is the home court. I'm actually fading a
lot of them great motherfuckers.
He's going to have the home crowd.
I'm fading a few of them, bro.
I think Draper, especially on the men's side. Men's side, I'm fading a lot. Women, I'm backing the British players on the women's side, and I'm fading the British players on the men's side. For Demonauer, he started the year so hot. But he made 2 finals. He made the Doha finals, lost to Alcaraz, and then he made another finals. I want to say it was Barcelona, and lost to Alcaraz. He lost to Alcaraz in 2 finals, and he hasn't really been on form since then. He's too good to be in a slump for the rest of the year. At some point, he's gonna bounce back. And at plus 750, That's some really good odds if he does decide to bounce back. Draper's Draper and Bublik, I'm kind of putting in the same boat. For Draper, you're gonna have to beat Bublik and then Joker, or Bublik and then Demonauer. Like, I don't really see that happening. And one thing with Wimbledon, especially with the weather conditions I was looking at the other day, the first week is gonna be extremely hot tomorrow and Tuesday, and then it's supposed to be cool/rainy the rest of the day. After that first week, them courts are gonna start like feeling like hard courts. It's gonna be real slick. It's gonna start turning. It's gonna start feeling. It's gonna start giving hard court conditions. And if Demonauer can find a way to make it into the second week,
they've been saying it's gonna rain in Charlotte for the past goddamn month, bro. They say it's supposed to rain all week here. They can't control that weather, man. We gotta see how that shit play out. No,
it also stormed in Charlotte yesterday and the day before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Scattered showers, bro.
Maybe not on your side,
bro. You can't predict that weather.
Maybe not on your side. Bro, I was literally in West Charlotte yesterday where it was thunderstorming.
And then, like, okay, same thing.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe in your side
of
town it didn't. But I'm telling you, it was storming. I'm with you. Like, they said it was supposed, bro. They said it was supposed to rain in Rock Hill yesterday and today, and I ain't seen a single raindrop yet.
The other court was fine to go. It just depends.
I ain't disputing what you said, but even without the rain, like just the actual like temperature of the weather and then the wear and tear on the court is gonna start to be more of a hard court feel in that second week. So I think if Demonauer can find a way just to make it to the second week, I really like those odds at 750 to win the quarter.
You, man, so I wouldn't. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. That's why I said I don't know.
Deep dive, bro.
I personally disagree, but I have no evidence to back that up. So just call it a gut feeling. I'm not here to argue with it, bro. Just I'm a fucks with it. I'm gonna keep an eye on the courts. I'll keep an eye on the courts is all I can say, man.
All right.
All I'm saying, man.
We on Thursday and Friday.
We got my old Coney right now because I'm like, this motherfucker predicted the weather and the court conditions and shit.
I'm not predicting the weather. I'm going based off of what's being forecasted. It's supposed to be extremely hot tomorrow and Tuesday. They've even been asking players about it, and the U.S. players, they're laughing at it. Like Opelka was like literally cracking up. He was like, "This is nothing. Like, I'm from Florida." But for European players, like, it's supposed to be scorching hot out there tomorrow and Tuesday. Like, when you're watching the matches, you're gonna see, like Club World Cup right now. All them European players over here playing in America right now, they ain't used to this fucking heat, bro. You got players, they just played in Charlotte yesterday. What was it, Chelsea and SL somebody? You got players pouring water bottles like all over their fucking face.
It's hot, nigga. It's hot for me. I'm from here, bro. It's hot, nigga. It's fucking hot, nigga.
I'm trying to tell you. So that's gonna play a factor,
I don't know, bro. What's the high? Yeah, what's the temperature high, bro? Because 95, 97 is completely different than 80, 85, 88.
Yeah, but you got to think, bro, like, if they're not used to that temperature.
Bro, 80 feels great to
me.
Like
80, but, like, they're usually, like, in the 60s and 70s this time of year.
Let me see.
So 88 tomorrow?
Let's see what the average temperature is.
89 tomorrow?
Sweden at this time of the year. That would be the fuck, it's colder over there. Nigga, then what the fuck are you talking about? 88? You talking about what? Okay, what are they used to there, Cody? What is the average temperature? And what is the average temperature in Great Britain at this time of the year? I'm looking it up, bro. The average temperature.
Lower to mid 70s, and it's going to be 89 fucking degrees.
I think I appreciate it, Coney. Appreciate it, motherfucker. I appreciate it, bro.
You fucking happy?
Appreciate it.
You the one that asked, bro. Like,
all right, we'll see.
Not everybody's from America, bro. Moving on to quarter three. This is the Alexander Zverev bracket. He is the top seed. That's the number 2 seed, or number 3 seed, my bad, I apologize. He is the co-favorite to win the bracket at plus 320 along with Daniel Medvedev. Taylor Fritz is his second favorite at plus 370. Berrettini's at plus 1,000. Gallo's at plus 1,200. And Kakanov is rounds up the favorites at plus 2,200. My official pick is Fritz at plus 370. Only reason I took him as my official pick is because I already have Medvedev as my outright pick to win the tournament. So I didn't want to, it made more sense to take the value at that than to take him as the quarter winner. So Medvedev is my lean. I have no idea why Zverev is even at plus 320. He's in terrible form right now. Fritz and Medvedev both own his soul head-to-head on all surfaces. And to be real, the only reason he's still ranked as the number 3 player in the world is because he made a final run in the Australian Open. Since he went to the finals in the Australian Open, he has been dog shit. the rest of the season outside of one tournament run in Munich when he won over Ben Shelton. Outside of that, if you were looking at the points from February on, I don't even think he's a top 15, top 20 player. I believe he was at 23 points, what I heard. He would have been 23rd in the world if you counted from February on. So I'm completely dismissing Zverev to win this bracket. Like you said earlier, Fritz is just in pristine form. Just won, East London. What was the tournament he just won? Yeah, Eastbourne. I don't know why I keep saying East London. Eastbourne. Medvedev is one of those players. Wimbledon is usually one of the tournaments he does better in. He's beaten Sinner in this tournament. He's made, I believe, 3 semifinal runs. Never made it to a final, but it's either going to be him or Fritz that comes out of this bracket. I really don't see. Berrettini could come out.
I see Fritz.
But he's never healthy. Like, he can never, when he's healthy, he can put it together. I believe he beat Medvedev in the tournament before the French Open. I think it was the Italian Open. Beat Medvedev then. Like, Berrettini has the talent to beat top 10 players, but Wimbledon's so fucking chalk, dude. I was listening to somebody talk the other day. You want to know who the last person to win a fucking Wimbledon title was? That was not Alcaraz, Djokovic, Federer, Nadal, or Murray. Lane Hewitt, 2002. It's been 23 years since somebody outside of those 5 players have won Wimbledon. Alcaraz won the last 2. Joker has won the 4 before that. Like, the statistics of it, especially on the men's side, is extremely chalky. So it's really hard to find good long shot money for these winners. But we're gonna go with Fritz as the quarter 3 winner. I'm gonna split that between him and Medvedev. And then moving on to the last quarter, it kind of feels the same as quarter number 1 with Sinner. Alcaraz is the favorite at -400. Echka's second at +1100. Fonseca's +2700. Tiafoe's +3000. Brune's +3000. And Griekspoor's +3300. I could see somebody wanting to put money on Griekspoor. He just won a tournament this weekend as well. He's in good form. He's not beating Alcaraz. And to be honest, I don't even think he beats Rune if they get to that point. Rune is another one. He actually won Barcelona. No, it wasn't Barcelona. Yeah, it was Barcelona because he beat Alcaraz in Barcelona in the final. Tiafoe, like I said, major-wise, he usually tends to step up, makes it to the quarterfinals, semifinals, stuff like that. I don't really see it. Hardcore is really his specialty turf. So I'm not really expecting him to do much. Fonseca is going to be my long shot for this bracket.
I don't like that.
As you know, as the group chat knows,
flopping around against Fritz. That motherfucker was flopping around against Fritz.
That one, though. Think about that. That match also got suspended for what? 12 hours, 13 hours? Yeah, I think he wins that match if they play that shit through. I was actually
surprised the motherfucker even won the second because I had him to win it 2-1. I had him to win it 2-1, and I had him on a straight bet to win it 2-1, and I had that on a parlay. And when I was watching that first round, bro, I was like, Fritz might beat this nigga 2-0. And then, like I said, they took it down to 6-7, 7-6 or whatever going into that second. I think Fritz finds a way to dig it out at the end and beat his ass, man. I don't see him beating Fritz, bro. I was surprised he even got that set against Fritz. Like, I watched the whole match, man. Because that was the last leg on the 5-legger. Yeah.
But luckily, Fritz ain't in this bracket. So, But like you said, though, Fritz is also in pristine form, too. So the fact that you went 3 sets. That
third set wasn't too much of a set.
Fritz in the form he's in.
He put it. No, I don't think so.
I think it was 7-5, wasn't it?
I stopped watching it. I don't think it was no 7-5. I could be wrong, though. I mean, like I said, Trey got some good shit.
Yeah, he lost 7-5. It was 6-3, 7-6, 7-5. Yeah, it was 6-5.
But that's the thing about it. He had broke Fritz in the first set, though.
To win 7-5 instead of going 6.
No, not in the first set. Not in the first set, but in the first
Fritz broke him in the first set to go 3-0.
No, you didn't? Okay, I'm thinking about the next game. I'm thinking about
Fritz
about
broke
Brooksby.
him in the first set to go up 3-0.
That's the match.
Yeah.
Brooksby match.
Yeah, I was saying it might be Brooksby. But yeah, like I said, going 3 sets against Fritz playing in that form at 18 years old, and that was only his, I believe, 7th grass match on the tour. Like I said, I'm not expecting him to win the bracket. Not by a long shot. I'm just saying if for some reason Carlos ends up losing to somebody, that's what I'm rolling with, He has all the talent in the world. At 18 years old, he just needs some more time to put it together. Hechka, I don't really care for him. Like I said, Tiafoe, I don't trust him. Griekspoor, he just won a tournament. I'm not gonna trust him. Like I said, I took Carlos and Sinner on a 2-legger parlay to win their quarters. Carlos at minus 400, Sinner at minus 320. I believe that put me at like minus 127 when I parlayed it. I should have put on MGM because they got a little boost right now. I would have got plus money for it. But if Alcaraz is the stumble at some point, I think that opens the door for Fonseca to go through. I don't see it happening, but I told everybody I was gonna give you a realistic pick and a long shot pick. That's my long shot pick for the quarter.
I ain't got none of that, folks at home. Cooney came well. Hey,
bro,
man, they gave him no sweat bet on already, it. They gave him no sweat bet if you used it.
For Costa Rica.
I was going to put some money on him, but I said
they losing to Costa Rica already, bro.
It seemed too easy, bro. It seemed too damn easy. Minus 175 plus 500. I was like, USA might do something. They might do something. But nah, it seemed too easy. I left it alone.
Speaking of, men's striker, U.S. men's national team and Charlotte FC men's striker, Patrick Agame, is no longer going to be on Charlotte FC. He is negotiating terms for a $7 million contract to go to Derbies. Congratulations to you, bro. Hate to see you leave the team. As the team's leading the score, it was nice having you.
He ain't gonna get no shine.
To be honest, I kind of had a feeling this day was coming. Huh?
He ain't gonna get no shine.
Nah, I believe he's expected to be the starter. I believe he's expected to come up and be the starter. But they're still negotiating the deal. Man, I appreciate the last couple years you've been with the team. I ain't gonna lie, you've pissed me off a few times going to the games, but you've also made me a lot of money. So you forever got my respect. Best of luck to you. That's probably the end of Charlotte's season.
Yeah.
All right, so that concludes our Wimbledon super coverage for round one. Probably be, I think when Thursday comes around, it'll be the end of round two. So might try to do something Tuesday, depending on how schedules fall, just to cover round two. Personally, I'd like to cover each round as we go. Not a guarantee.
We'll cover every round.
We'll definitely be on Thursday to cover round three.
Okay, depending on your schedule. I'm gonna put it like this. I'll probably be throwing out a parlay every round.
I don't know how my work schedule is gonna be.
I'm just a fucking degenerate.
Yeah, we'll definitely. I want to start posting more like show pick bets on the show page. So even if we don't drop a show, we can at least, hey, this is what we like for the day, ticket wise and stuff, and we can actually drop the links for the tickets on the post. But I know with us having Friday off this week, we're probably going to be super busy at work all week this week. Like I already know I ain't getting out till 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
But hey, overtime, can't ask for much more. But moving on to the show picks, like I said, 46 and 35, hitting at 57%. I got 4 picks for y'all. This guy has some $1 million picks for y'all.
Hold on.
So I'm gonna let him do.
I'm gonna
let him do his first.
Let me screenshot this motherfucker and send it to you.
I'll follow afterwards.
Let me go ahead and screenshot this motherfucker and send it to you, so that way you can go ahead and correct me when I fuck up these niggas' names right quick. You heard me?
U.S. just scored. Yeah, I heard you.
That last one. Yeah, I got a 14 pick super late for the folks at home. Split it up. Play it on singles. It's enough plus. Hey, I faded that nigga, man. He ain't been bringing me no money the last 3 matches. I had to fade that nigga, man. Fuck him. Shit, you know me. I don't play no favorites, nigga. I'm all about that green. Yeah, I had to fade Harris, man. All right, so the first pick on this late that I'm going to throw out here is, what is that? Leandro Reedy? Is that how you say homie name? Leandro Reedy versus Oliver Tarvin.
Leandro, I think it's Leandro Reedy.
Yeah, Tarvet. Well, I got Reedy on the money line. I was watching him in a few of the tournaments coming around. I like his form. I like the value at the pick. I think it's going to be a nice little decent little matchup. That's Wimbledon pick. Supposedly, all of these picks I'm supposed to throw out right now are supposed to start in the morning time. I think a few of them are in the afternoon. Cooney calling for rain.
I didn't call for rain until Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, Cooney calling for rain.
I said it's going to be extremely hot tomorrow and Tuesday, and it's going to rain the rest of the week. No, see, you putting words in my mouth. I said it's going to be extremely hot Monday and Tuesday, and it's supposed to rain Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Anybody that knows Grand Slams, they can get rained out, delays, matches going over the unexpected time frame. So don't hold me. Do not hold me to these times. That match is supposed to take place at every last one. I'm going to get delayed if it ain't the first match.
Plus, if it's not the first match of the day, it's probably going to get delayed.
Yeah. So I got Reedy on the
only ones that ever start on time are the opening matches.
Monday at 6 a.m. Second pick on this lay is Eva Lies. Is it Lies? I've been calling her Lies. Lease, I call her Lies. Fuck it. You got you on you.
Lease.
You on. I got Lies. Lease. I got Lise on the money line. That's my girl right there. I think it's even across the board. If I had to pick one, I'm taking Lise. Here it goes right here. Here go a banger right here. I got how you say that name right there? Sanovich. Ali Oxenho? What'd you say?
Ali Alexandra?
Yeah. How you say her last name? Sasnovich? Yeah. Yeah, I got her winning that match 2-1. Second pick the next pick on that ticket is Lajokic. I got him. Second pick on there is Golfy. You would say that? It's Golfy though, right?
I think it's down with Golfy.
Anyways, Golfy, I got him winning out on the money line.
Is it a Golfy or Golfy? I don't know.
He's in. Oh, that's a whole live nigga, bruh. That's a whole live nigga, man.
I thought that was a bitch.
Nigga, I don't think I get into the bitches until this next pick right here, Paula Badosa and Katie Bolter. I got that one going over 2.5 sets. But now that Kung said he think we was talking about it, he said he got Badosa. No, you said okay there, all right. Okay, there, yeah. So I don't know.
I'm gonna get into that. That's a should pick. I'm gonna get into that.
So we'll see. We'll see how that one goes. But from what I was looking at, I'm giving Badosa some type of love, giving her a set. But I really do like Bolter to win that one. But I took the 2.5 just to play it on the safe side. The super safe side would be on my end. I don't know what Kuhn got, but on my end, the super safe side would be just take over in the games. Anastasia, I do not know how to say this girl's last name, bro. Help me out.
Pavlyuchekova?
Yeah, she was hooping in that.
I knew how to say it during the Australian Open because she was balling the first couple matches.
Okay, then Anastasia.
But yeah, I haven't known how to pronounce her name since the Australian Open.
It's an afternoon match. Might even get pushed back to the next day. We don't know. It's good money at -137. Here's the sloop. This is what's making this $1 million parlay. This is exactly what's making this motherfucker $1 million parlay. I have Naomi going to fuck home in the first round, bro. -900. Horrible form. Thanks for what she's dropped the last 3, maybe 4. Horrible fucking form. I'm fading her first round. I'm taking Talia Gibson on the money line at +590. Fuck it. That's just, so, like I said.
He's on a one-game losing streak.
I can't trust her. She ain't been the same since she had the baby. She ain't been the same since she had the baby, man. She just ain't been the same. You know what I'm saying? But everybody was pumping her ass up. Everybody was pumping her up. She was the end all to be all, the next Serena, the next Venus, and all that other shit. She was the end all to be all. But yeah, since she had that baby, man, she ain't pretty much did too much of shit. All right, so I got her getting faded against Talia Gibson +590. I'm running that on a straight pick by itself. Like I got to. Like the bitch is known for first round exit. I called it earlier on the show. I've called 2 first round exits on Naomi on the show. Like so, I gotta roll with it. And the Wemby too. She just might be showing up to get that check, man. That's the only thing I can see at this point, cause she ain't come to play. She ain't dribbling the motherfucking goddamn tennis ball no goddamn more. She ain't on the Nike commercial. She ain't the bitch on the Nike commercial no more. That's what I'm going to say. So I'm fading her first round, +590, Talia Gibson. Next pick, Taylor Fritz versus yo boy, Perry Card. I didn't even play the money line on this one because you never know. And I like Fritz to win it all, but at what is he like? It wasn't even the games for me. It was over his aces.
I like the over games on that.
Yeah, that motherfucker just serving the shits up. Like every match I've walked, man.
Yeah, no, I seen that.
Yeah, like that motherfucker just slapping
that's gonna be a serve. That's gonna be a serve by fast.
Either way, but I think Perry Card. I think they had him at like 24, maybe over 26.
Yeah, you could have played that one either way and probably would hit.
Yeah. That's what I said. Like I said, the last match,
that's what. Like playing that 20.5 is better because
motherfuckers having it over 17. I think when I look now, I think it might have dropped down a few to like 14 or something like that. But that's in a 3. That's 2 out of 3. He's got to go that whole extra set automatically. Especially if Perry Card gets him one, and definitely that's gonna walk home. Yeah, that's what I said too. And at -106, that's hella value.
Yeah, as long as that goes up for 3 sets, you should cash.
Next pick on the money line, I got David Goffin versus Rinky. I do not know how to say Hajinka. Yeah, man, I fucks with Rinky. I fuck with Rinky.
Hajinka, which is funny because there's not a fucking N in his last name at all.
Last year, man, I was a big Rinky fan, man. He brought me some money. He brought me some money home last year. Hold on a second, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna pause it. Yeah. So next pick on there is David Goffin. What happened? What happened, nigga? Yes, sir. All right. Yeah, so these next picks are taking place on Tuesday, the second day of the first round of the Wemby. Next pick I got coming out is +155. I got David Goffin versus Rinky. How'd you say that shit? How you say that shit, Kang? Rinky Hajinka. I got David Goffin winning that on the money line. Second pick, I take it over from the top, man. I want that, bro. These next picks are coming on for Tuesday, day 2 of the Wemby first round. I got David Goffin versus Rinky Hajinka. I got Goffin on the money line, man, at plus 155. I like the value in it. I like the form Goffin is in. Rinky last year, man, was a big home run hitter for me, but he just, I don't know. It's just been like that story for me. A lot of the players I found last year, man, they're just not producing the same way they did this year. So instead of just having faith in what the fuck they did last year, man, I'm moving the fuck on this time, bro. So I'm definitely taking David Goffin on the upset at plus 155. I like the form he's in. I watched a few of his matches earlier in the season. I think he can pull it on, man. I think he definitely can pull it on, especially in the form that Rinky's in. Next one is Yo Baby, Alicia Parks versus Belinda. I got that match going over 2.5. I got that match going over 10.5. That little Pepsi Cola little baby. I like her too, man. But I like this one to go over 2.5. These two have matched off 2 times. I came around, man. You know who she looked like, bro? And then her little profile pic on SofaScore. She looked like what was Shorty off of Belly? Keisha. She looked like Keisha off of Belly. Yeah, that's who she looked like, man. Just stupid. So, I don't know the fuck she remind me of. But I got this one going over 2.5. They faced off 2 times, split the series 1-1. Each time the series is going over 3 sets. I like Parks to edge it out. They're both not in great form right now. That's another reason why I took the over 2.5. I just figure like they're just gonna pretty much slug their way to a winner. Like I don't see a clear-cut winner in this one. But I definitely like that over 2.5. Playing it safe, take the over in games as well. Or take the over in games. So that's where I'm at with that pick. Next pick is Anastasia. There's a couple fucking Anastasias on this ticket, ain't it? So Anastasia's, how you say her last name? And Fretch. That's my girl Fretch. I fucks with Fretch heavy. She's a slight underdog in this match. She's in good form. I want to give it to Fretch. I'm giving it to Fretch. That's where my money's at. I can't see it going the other way, so that's the only reason why I put my buddy out the shit, so fuck it. Next one is Alexandra. Can't pronounce her last name. Was it Ela? That's how I thought you said that shit, but for some reason I don't ever say it like that. Interesting. But anyways, yeah, man, I got Alexandra on the money line here. The only person she lost to at that East board was one of my favorites to actually win this shit outside of Iga, man. It's Maya Joint. And that match was hell. That final, me and Wonka both was on that. I think it was 9. It got all up 9-9, bro. Yeah, they slugging that shit. They was slugging that shit straight like that. So that, what happened? Hey, shout out to Smith, baby. Get that money, man. Ain't that bag, bro. So yeah, I got Elo on the money line there. Slight favorite at minus 113. Still, I think people just sleeping on it. That's all that is, man. Next one is my girl Joint. From what I've heard, 5-star is on her as well. I got her coming out as an underdog in the first round. At plus 172 against Samsonova. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy game. I'm not saying Maya's going to walk to the end, but she definitely going to give Samson a run for her money. So if she's truly an underdog like Vegas is projecting, over 2.5 sets should smash home easily. Over in the game should smash home easily. That's my 14-leg banger right there. I'm going to run it back for y'all, so make sure y'all got it. I got Reedy on the money line, Lease on the money line. Guys, say that word for me, Kang. I got Lease. What's the one after that? Yeah, I was going to say her first name. But yeah, Sasnovich. That's what we're going to have to do. That's because this motherfucker long. Yeah. I can't send the link. It won't let me send the link no more. It won't. Yeah, I don't know, bro. It just won't let me send the link. It might be because it's so long. So they just won't let me send the link for the shit. But I'll definitely screenshot that shit. Yeah, all right, bet. Say less. So what you got cooked up for the funks this week? Throw out that 5th, baby. Throw out that 5th. It is yellow Gatorade. That's what the fuck we need to get an endorsement by. Get you a yellow Gatorade, man. You got to stay hydrated. Get a little yellow Gatorade in a bottle of Lazoo. Get a bottle of Lazoo with some Gatorade. I'm trying to tell you, bro, that yellow Gatorade is life, nigga. That thing is life, man. That motherfucker's life. You tried the Gatorade mashups yet? You ain't like, that's the only one I like too, bruh. That's the only one I like too. Orange one. I think I've seen one more, but I didn't fuck with it. I can't remember what flavors it was. But, that red and blue fire, though. Yeah, red and orange, it wasn't. Hey, bro, I ain't drinking. I like that. Smelling that cat, baby. Ain't nothing else to do. She got some in-house cat, nigga. You gotta smell that thing.
Keep going. Just start up from Goffin. Keep going. Can you hear me? All right, just start up from Goffin and keep going. Hajinka.
You put that nigga in it. Hey.
Miss Thickums.
I said, you sit there serve all day.
You was hating at first, but you came around. Just with way more ass. Way more ass.
What was that sleeper pick, man, that you didn't like? I want to hear it, though. Was it that one that you was talking about? Was it that one that we was talking about that he just showed up just for the check, kind of like Bedosa, or was it somebody else? Throw it out there for the homies at home. We got a solid little follow. They all degenerates just like us, bro. Any little tip and trick they could add on to the end. You ain't got to make no official pick, man. Just throw it out there for the folks at home.
Potapova.
5-leg banger, baby. That's what I like to hear. Chevalier. I know what you talking about, man. He got a red and white flag on this shit, don't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you talking about, man. Go to Google on it.
It might be Ayla, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. It might be Ayla. You gotta say, what was it, 12-10 in the third set, tiebreaker?
I would too. I don't work for that check. I'm here. Hey, dogs. So come get that check.
Jabari Smith just signed a 5-year, $122 million rookie extension with the Rockets.
They fading.
Get the money. Yeah, that's just get the money. That's all I can say.
That make me want to fade that motherfucker even more. You know me. I got to fade some shit. Okay. But you like him on? Do you like him for the dub though? Just you like him for the dub based off of skill or dub based off of homie's form? Okay. No, it depends on who you got. It depends on who you got. If you have the winning, if you have the winning player, then they'll go ahead and they'll cash the winning player. But if it's the winning player and it's like over, like you got like over, like there's an addition with it. If you have them just on the money line and that player wins, even if the other player retires, they'll still cash that shit. But if you have something like over the sets or like over, like if you have some additional shit on there, they won't cash it. They just gonna void
I'll say
it.
For real, bro, just send me an audio, just send me a video grab of this. I'll post it on the page. And I'll just,
I don't know. I don't think I've ever had a ticket that was voided for tennis on that.
Because it's so long? All right, but yeah, send me an audio grab for it.
No, I didn't know that. I just knew FanDuel one out there.
I got 4 picks. I was debating on a 5th one, but I don't like the value on it, so I'm not gonna do it. If the odds would have stayed where it was, you win that fucking shit, bro. That's your answer to everything in life.
That bullshit with Halliburton on FanDuel and shit, man. DraftKings paid niggas out.
You got diarrhea? Drink yellow Gatorade. Bitch, break your heart? Drink a yellow Gatorade. Lost your job? Drink a yellow Gatorade.
Crazy.
Need to goddamn beat a piss test? Just heat up some yellow Gatorade.
You think so? I guess when our first episode was the longest.
Hey, that's my favorite flavor, so I'm not hating.
With the Super Bowl show, then.
Starting out. You said what? Yeah, I like the red and blue one. I don't like the. I've only seen 2. I seen the red and blue one, and I seen the yellow and orange one. I'm not a fan. The red and blue one I fuck with, but to be honest, bro, outside of alcohol, I ain't been drinking shit but water like the last month and a half. Outside of alcohol, ever since I got my Circle bottle, I wish I had it with me so I could promote them. I said I was gonna start promoting them every episode.
And you was still hitting
Circle,
that
that strawberry banana flavor y'all got.
You like that look?
Goated. I'm finna order about 15 of them next weekend. But yeah, starting off Monday 10:15. I'm taking Yao Fonseca -2.5 over Burnley at -145. I started to take him -1.5 on the set. It was even money, but Fernley is in pretty decent form right now. So I would not be surprised if this goes 5 sets. To only have to win, only need a 3-game advantage. Okay. Even if you go 5 sets, you can still cover that. So I'm taking Fonseca -2.5, -145. Moving on to the next match, Monday, 11:45 a.m. I'm taking Katie Bolter +140 money line over Bedosa. Dosa has been hurt. I feel like ever since she got back with CC Paz,
I'm about to make some bacon.
I feel like both of their tennis games have fallen off. I don't think tennis is the primary focus in their lives right now.
Bacon sausage.
And he was last match,
nigga, it was a given. No, that's my fam. That's a fan, bro. That's on my dad's side. That's all that was. Oh, nigga, you was gonna get a play, nigga. The fuck?
I truly believe she's just showing up to get the 66,000 pound check. Bolter's in really good form right now. I love almost all the British women players.
No, nigga, I was gonna text you. I was gonna text you earlier, but I gotta see how I feel, bro. Because
Tuesday,
put
I
some ribs on the
didn't
grill
put
this
the
week,
time down
on
just
Friday.
because I know the
So you
times
already know, I was
change.
gonna text you then.
It'll be sometime Tuesday morning. They had it, I think, at 8
I already
o'clock,
know
but it
that.
probably won't start till like 11 or so. Taking Xinyu Wang
Yeah, nah,
minus
nigga, I'm throwing
135 versus
something on the grill.
Mukova.
I even asked Bob. I said, "You want some
Mukova,
ribs?" She said,
same boat as
"Go for some ribs." I'm
Badosa,
gonna think about doing
injured.
some
I think
ribs
she's
and
just
some
showing up
links.
for
That's
the
what I
check.
really want.
Not
I
in
don't know
good
why I want some
form.
pork
She
so damn
sucks
bad.
on grass court as well. Wang is on a fucking
I got
tear
you,
right
nigga.
now.
Sure. Got you. You already know that,
Blake
man.
Badosa, she blanked Goff, Blake Badosa, and I have to go back and see. Matter of fact, I can do it right now. See who, she beat three people, like three quality people back to back to back.
Yeah, get them picks though.
Samsonova, yeah.
Hey, and when that Millie hit,
So yeah, she
when
beat
that
Goff
Millie hit,
and straight
let
set
everybody
6-3,
know.
6-3.
Get rich and go
She
broke. Try and
beat
make you a
Badosa
millionaire, baby.
6-1, and then
Straight
Badosa
like that.
retired, and then she beat Samsonova 6-4, 6-1.
Have a good one.
She did lose to Vondrousova.
And don't let your boss piss you off.
In her last match
Don't
before
let your boss
Wimbledon.
piss you off.
7-6, 4-6, 6-2. I'm not gonna. She was on a 6-game winning streak before that, so I'm just gonna count that to fatigue. She is in really great form right now. It was at like minus 117. I wish I would have grabbed it then, but the money push moved her over to minus 135. It's not the best value, but out of everything I was looking at, it's still one of the probably the biggest. Still probably one of my most favorite bets of the first round. And then the last match I got, Opelka versus Shevchenko, over 39.5 games at minus 145. That really feels like a gimme. As long as nobody wins in straight sets, that's going to cash because just like Fritz and Perry card, this is going to be a serve fest. I believe Opelka, if he doesn't, I think Perry card passed him as the hardest server, as the fastest server last year, but he still has the second fastest serve on tour if Opelka did pass him. I'm not 100% sure, but I think Perry Card did pass him with like a 157 miles per hour serve last year. But all Opelka does is just send fucking heaters all match long, and he doesn't wear down either, which is crazy at 6'9" that he can move the way he does and doesn't tire. Beat Medvedev in straight sets not too long ago. I actually called that in the group chat a couple weeks ago. I think he was like plus 380 blank Medvedev. I don't think he wins 3-0. He could, but the money lines weren't too appealing to me. So I just went with the over 39.5 because they could easily go 7-6, 7-6, 7-6 first three sets. And as long as nobody wins all three tiebreakers, this is going to cash. I got to go back and find it now. Hold on. Nah, Musetti. Actually, yeah, that was it. And now USA is winning. Just had it. I won't take a money line as my official pick, but what's the spread? I will take him plus 5.5. All right, so we're going to add this on here. What's his first name? Let me get his first name. All right, Nicolas Basilashvili. I don't fucking know. Nicolas Basilashvili. He's playing Lorenzo Musetti. Musetti's been sick. He's been injured. Just really hasn't been able to get into form due to injury and illness. I truly believe that he is just showing up just to get the 66,000 pound check. I'm not mad at it. I ain't mad at it. Shit. The only thing that's making me hesitate on this is all the cappers that I listen to on podcasts. They're all in line with this pick. And whenever everybody's in line with the pick, that makes me kind of weary. It was plus 325 at the time. It's dropped down to plus 275 for the money line. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to just take the plus 5.5 on the spread at minus 145. Take them for the dub based off of the fact that Musetti might bow out. But even then, like depending on what platform you bet on, they won't even count it as a win. They'll just void it. That's what I'm saying. It depends on what app you bet on. Yeah, I know FanDuel does that. I think Caesars voids it. I think BetMGM voids it completely. I actually talked to 5-Star about that on Twitter once because we had bet the same match, but he bets on Caesars. He doesn't use BetMGM. He bets exclusively on Caesars because in Vegas you can only bet on MGM or Caesars. And so he had bet on a match. We had both bet on the same match, but I had bet on BetMGM and he had bet on Caesars. They gave him the win, but they voided my shit. And I sent him the screenshot and he was like, yeah, he's like, that's why I don't use BetMGM. He's like, they did the same thing to me one time. So he's like, that's why I stick with Caesars. Yeah, man, that's all we got for the show. Hour and 30. This is the longest one we've ever done. The edits is going to be fucking crazy though. Nah, we ain't go an hour 30. Super Bowls? Nah, we went over an hour on that one. As a matter of fact, I can just go on the page and tell you. Damn, we lost a subscriber. I bet I know who fucking did it. Funky bitch. She ain't mine no more. So as far as I'm concerned, she a funky bitch. Why can't I? We got kids together? Okay. And then she turned into a funky bitch. No, she's not a literal funky bitch. She's a figurative funky bitch. Nah, so this is, and I'm leaving this in. All right, so the longest episode for the show was when me and Shu did an episode together after the George Pickens trade and Dallas getting the number 1 pick. That was 59 minutes and 16 seconds. The longest episode me and you have done was fucking Friday last week at 57 minutes and 16 seconds. So this will be the longest show that we've done and the show is done overall. Bro, I'm about to spend like an hour. However long we just spent recording is probably what I'm gonna have to do editing. Oh man, I like how you tagged like 5 people on Facebook the other day about a cookout and they ain't even tagged me in it. Okay, all right, family, all right, I ain't gonna say that. All right, yeah. I started to screenshot it with some eyeballs that night, but I had been drinking, so I was like, I ain't gonna say nothing. How you doing? But anyways, I ain't got no plans. I already paid rent. I pay rent this week instead of next week. I was thinking about going to Georgia next weekend, but I probably won't. I said, let me know. I'll cash up your little something to get an extra one. All right. Well, man, if y'all listen to this, if you end up making it through this whole episode, you a fucking real one, cause we goddamn went in on this one. I know one person's gonna listen to the whole thing. I don't know about everybody else. And we're gonna sign it off with that, man. Everybody have a good weekend. It's the most Wimbledon time of the year. Let's get some money or get rich or go broke shine. Let's get some money or go broke shine, baby.